Hello, my name's Zero Forge, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make Forge maps like a pro. You've probably seen some maps in Halo Infinite, and you're like, how the hell was this made in Forge? Today, we're going to start this long journey of teaching you how to do that. And the first thing that you're going to do today is go into Infinite, go into Forge, load up Myers, or whatever map you want, and you are welcome to follow along with the video, or just absorb all the information and take it all in. Alright guys, so now that we have loaded into the Forge world, it's going to have this random platform with a bunch of other game mode stuff, and this is just a showcase for, the day one Forgers, just so they can see what's available when it comes to game modes and all that. All of this though, you don't need it. Every time I delete that little area on the map. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is 1, find blocks that look weird, but you can turn them into something else that will benefit your map and be way better than what you had before. 2, proper foliage and how to build those little things around the map and have them make sense. And then the last part, logical block placement. What that means is if you have something set up and it needs like an electrical source, then you have to create that electrical source around it. First things first, so we walk into this one. Now this is a very basic setup. It's got your basics. It has a vent, it's got a little thing on the wall, it's got some chairs, it's got a little garage or doorway, and then we've got some trees and other random things that are just on the wall for no reason. This was the level of Halo 5's Forge at its height, and to be honest, this is still pretty good. You get the picture, you can see this is clearly a doorway, this is a bench, area that has a tree on display. It gets the point across, but it can be so much better. The next part is going to be one step closer towards the, wow, you made this in Forge? Few things that are different. We have the proper foliage and the clutter placement. That was one of the things we talked about. We have a couple different types of foliage in there just to really sell that this is a plant structure on display and it doesn't have any gaps in it like the other one did. Now, logistical block placement. So we have a vending machine. Now, what am I going to do with a vending machine if it's not plugged into a electrical source? So we have a little wire outlet. It's getting all that electrical power from in there, which connects to this electrical box. This is where the map just starts to write itself. Once you have your block out and the design of what you want your map to be, then you can go in there and start doing things like this. We got a little garbage can, then we have another garbage can with some garbage pieces set up here. Where to find all these objects? If you're on computer, you're going to press R. If you're on controller, you just go to this menu. Almost everything you're going to place, everything in here besides the walls, came from the accents section. Accents is going to have literally everything that you need. The next section is going to be biomes. This is where you get the bushes, the trees, the rocks, decals. The decals are great because this is how sell the vibe of a wall and make it feel a little bit more real. We're going to make this bigger. Much bigger, actually. And bam, there you go. So now you're walking around in this map and you just see a little bit more details. Decals are great for that purpose. Now, next, we got Halo Design Set. Now, this is where most people want to grab all their pieces from to design their map. You don't want your map to be made out of these almost two-dimensional feeling blocks that don't have any textures or really big details into them. As you can see here, I only have it in my walls and my floor. And sometimes I won't even use any of these flat wall objects to make a wall. I'll just completely use something from accents. Lights, again, we're going to do that tomorrow. Now, the biggest thing that you probably noticed, aside from the black trim objects, is these things. These are going to be your best friend. This is called a clutter pile. You're going to find it in one of my favorite sections. Garbage MP. This is going to have all the cool stuff. This is going to be your things that are going to add the detail and really sell the vibe of your map. All going to be in here. And next we have rubble. Rubble is amazing. I mean, just look at that. Look at all those little details that it's adding and just giving more texture to the map. Those are in rubble, which are also in the accent panel. Now, the next part that we're going to cover is the manipulation of objects. This is what I used to make this trim right here, because I don't want it to just be a basic like rectangle that just goes along this whole area. I wanted it to be something with some details in it and texture. As you see here, it has a finned accent on it. All right, here's another instance of that same topic. So we got this floor tower. It normally looks like this whenever you place the object. A little bit smaller. Normally looks like that when you place it. But you can stretch it down and turn it into this, where it kind of just looks like the top of a roof. And this object, what do you know? It's the same piece, except it's a lot smaller. This entire doorway is using the same 3 pieces, and the inside of it is this. It's just using this. It's the skeleton. So these objects over here, this is basically the skeleton of what you're trying to make. You can even see this piece right here. I still have that in there. I just built around it with a piece that I thought looked a lot better. And yeah, let me get this out of the way. Another thing, just adding some more colors and details to the wall. We have, this is a railing. All it is a railing, just stretched a little bit taller. And yeah, next part we're going to go into, and this is huge. So you see my walls, they've got a grime on them. It's got some like details on them. And my, like even the ground, it's just got like this dirtier feeling to it. That is going to be the next topic. If you go to the object properties, at the very bottom there's a scratch and grime section. Now every single object in this game, for the most part, has a scratch and grime mode where you can edit the scratch and how dirty it looks. So pay attention to the floor. Nothing's on there. Slowly getting dirtier as I click higher on the scratch volume. Now, dirt or grime. Grime you can change to be a bunch of different things. One of my favorites for this is dirt weed. We're going to bring that up to like a 0.9 and just look at that. Look at the difference. This looks fake. This looks like Halo 5 Forge. This is starting to get a lot more realistic. Now we're going to go over here. Same 2 properties, scratch and grime. I'm going to change my grime down to dirt weeds because I want the green effect on there. And I'm going to go to 0.8. So now it's a lot dirtier. And if you don't want it to be green, if you want it to be more brownish, then there's a bunch of other ones that you can do to change that. But that is mandatory for every single map that you create. Even if you're doing something that's supposed to look perfectly pristine, that still is going to need your scratch and grime effects on it, because if it just looks like it's 100% perfect and beautiful, it's then going to look fake. What I did added the detail. So you can see this is very simple. Now what it's missing here is some effects. It's missing some, you know, like little bursts of electricity coming down from maybe the pipes. It's missing some audio effects, and it's missing lighting. None of which I've even told you about, which we're going to get to in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. The next video will probably be out sometime next week. That's when we're going to be discovering how to do Lightbox. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Next week, what we're going to be doing is discovering how to do lighting, effects, and the skybox. That's going to be a very fun topic, and that's probably the second most important part of making a map that looks real and that looks good. So, if you have any comments, any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching.